There we go.
Yeah, we don't deserve the cool intro.
Today's a tough one. That is true.
It's a hard day.
I'm not ready to go into this, but we're live from Fondren Library on the beautiful campus of SMU in the Big D. This is a beautiful view here.
Yeah, Dallas Hall lawn right behind us. The sun's kind of shining in, so please excuse that.
But we got promoted to the executive lounge.
Get the sun out of here.
Fondren.
All I want to do is just sit in a dark room by myself.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It's not great feelings.
No.
That's true. It's not great.
Not feeling great. So, what's up?
So Ponies dropped the game in Fort Worth today. I think everyone listening knows that. Lost 35-24. And yeah, it's a tough one to swallow. It's the last scheduled game between two natural rivals in the Metroplex. So it's definitely tough.
Oops.
Yeah, it was a tough day today. We'll go from there. Ponies did some good things. Took the lead 24-21 with 10 minutes and 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Just weren't able to finish.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the update there, Jay. Sorry, I'm just all over the place. But before we get started and really into it, I do have to say that we are, while sad, happy that we have a sponsor.
Yes, we are.
That is true.
Yeah,
actually, I'm happy about two things.
What?
I'm happy we have a sponsor and that we don't have to go back to Fort Worth.
That is,
dude, I never have to step foot in Fort Worth again, except for when my sister graduates, unfortunately. But other than that, no more Fort Worth.
He said he's going to wear an SMU shirt to it, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we're sponsored by Summer's Pet Treats. It's SMU alum, founded, owned, operated. They make all-natural pet treats that are so, normal and healthy that even we can
actually
eat them.
Edible by humans.
Yeah.
Humans could actually eat them.
Go back and watch our live stream last week.
You'll see that
tasted them live.
We literally ate some.
Because why give your dog something that you wouldn't eat yourself, right? Or that you wouldn't be able to eat yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
Not that I have a dog. I have kids, which are close, but not quite.
But you could probably give it to them.
I could probably give it to them.
I've got both.
Maybe I should get some for Titus.
There you go.
See if he eats it.
Oh, me. But yeah, my dog loves the Summer's Pet Treats. She goes and hides them and eats them a little bit at a time. She savors
She nibbles
them.
on them. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's how you know it's quality.
She's all about it. So
check out summerspetreats.com. Use code Mustang10 for 10% off. And support SMU owned businesses because we're
family.
We're all
right?
family.
We all want to support each other.
Amen.
Yeah.
Just like how you guys support us, we want to support other SMU businesses.
Absolutely.
And thanks to Summer's Pet Treats for sponsoring the show.
Awesome.
Back to the what happened
to the hardship of reality. I just want to expand. Jay said there were a couple good things. I don't think a lot of people realize how hard it is to go into a hostile environment where they're setting up boo cameras, where they put their, your fans on the camera and they boo you. The crowd does. I don't think people realize how hard it is to come back when you're down early, to make a comeback in those environments. And we got punched in the mouth early. We were down early. And we did. We fought back and we got up again, but it was definitely not the way that we wanted to finish. I think we played our most complete 20-minute segment right out of the half. We went from 7 penalties for 70 yards in the first half. We didn't have a single penalty in the second half. And so there were things that improved, but there were things that I thought we were going to improve over the last few weeks just didn't happen. Big tackling problems in the secondary were really apparent. Gave up 3 40-plus yard passes. 2 of them were just straight touchdown passes. It's tough to see because you want to see improvement in those areas, and we haven't seen those yet. I still have a lot of trust in Coach Lashley, but we really need to see the secondary step up if we're going to win games. Obviously we still have our conference schedule ahead of us, and so all of our goals are still in front of us, but it's tough to see the path without some drastic improvement.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe be the optimist. Help me with it.
The path to what, to conference championship or to
I'm saying like
a
so
reasonable season?
okay, well, I'm sure in Coach Lashley's mind, anything less than a national championship is probably. I mean, that's just how coaches think, right?
Which, for the
It's
record,
is still totally
if
in
we
our
win the rest of our games.
we
we'll be
control
national
our own
champions.
destiny. Actually, and no, that's true that we actually control our own destiny. But there's a monster on our schedule in Miami it's going to be really tough. I mean, we would need an A+ game. And so far, I mean, we played 20 good minutes. We would need all 60 minutes to be like that 20 minutes, and that's a really hard thing to do. So I would say when I say all of our goals are ahead of us, I just mean winning a conference championship, that's still on the table. Making the playoffs is still on the table. And technically a natty is still on the table. I think we have a ceiling of potential that's not that level, but we have a ceiling of potential. I totally think that we can improve and play 40 solid minutes of each game and win 7 of our next 8 games. I think that's still on the table. We could still have a 9-3 season. And that would be, honestly, with how much turnover we had, 50% turnover, I would honestly be happy with that. Or not happy. I would say, hey, we had a good season, and I think we need to give kudos if we can do something like that.
Man, I think you should be happy with that. I know this is a hard kind of pill to swallow, but like we're not going to go to the playoffs every year.
Yeah, that's
And Rhett talked about it a little bit. Is like there are going to be highs, there are going to be lows, and like if you want to jump off at the low, jump off at the low. But like we're not stopping here. And so
buy low, sell high.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was just thinking about. Is like if you sell at the bottom of the market, you're a fool, right? It's like so. Like hop on the bandwagon now. We may be struggling a little bit, but the potential for us is just like sky high. And so
not this
I'd say
year.
pretty high this year.
And I'm talking about at a program level, right? At a program level, if we go 9-3, 8-4 this year, that's great. 7-5, that's tough, but like
there's a clear for schools like SMU with small student bodies, there is a clear path to us becoming what Miami was. I mean, that is what our goal should be. Is the Miami of the 80s? That's what our goal should be. No, we do not have that potential this year. I don't think. I think that's too tall a task. But Coach Lashley talked about in the press conference how this is something that you build for, and as Walker said, there's highs and lows.
Yeah.
But that's what we're building for. We're building for a team that's, hey, small private schools like ours, we can compete on that level, especially with NIL and transfer portal rules. Like we can do that. And you got to think, when we were in school less than 10 years ago, we were missing bowl games.
Yeah.
And we've won 22 games in 2 years. So, I mean, that's pretty phenomenal. So, because of that, I'm pretty down right now. I do think we have a ceiling of potential that's kind of capping us a little bit this year, but there is still potential for a good year. That's my feelings.
Yeah. But going bowling is always like a good thing. Our expectations are high, but yeah, I think it can be a good season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me just unpack some stuff. Talk about how I'm feeling right now.
Unload.
I'm not feeling good. I think this podcast is one that I have been dreading since we started podcasting.
Yeah.
Having to sit here and talk after what just happened is difficult. And thinking about what this loss means is difficult. And I love this team. I love Coach and the staff and the players, and I support y'all 100%, but just like as a fan and wanting to kind of maybe embody how some fans feel right now, I have to get this off my chest.
Mm-hmm.
But like because of like what's happened and the lack of discipline, which we did see an improvement in. No penalties in the second half, which I'm very happy about.
Which was huge.
We haven't done that in a very long
time. But just like how atrocious our defense was for a lot of the game.
Actually, real quick, it's not the defense as a whole, because our defensive line, I got to give them props. They were pressuring Hoover for a good portion of the night, but our secondary was,
yeah. The DB's like
it was really hard to watch
bad
at times. Really hard.
But like because of that, now we have to live with the consequences of the Iron Skillet being in Fort Worth for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Possibly forever. Probably not forever, but
Probably not forever, but it's going to be 5-7 plus
and
years.
now we have to like live with the fact that TCU fans, TCU in general, got the last word, and that's our reality, and we have to live with that as SMU fans.
Yeah, really the only way
And that hurts. That's painful.
Yeah, but we were talking about this earlier.
And it makes me angry.
It's painful for now, but like honestly, at the end of the season, like we just got to let it go. It's like
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's kind of that's where I'm getting to, and it's like it's hard because I want to be like positive and supporting of SMU, but
that one stung.
it just it hurts,
That
and I know
did.
it hurts the players more than it hurts the fans. I know that they're really feeling it too, and like to feel the pressure of
It
the
hurts
fans,
different.
It hurts different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to feel the pressure of like angry fans, it can't be fun. And I don't want to add on to that a bit too much, but I also, can't just like sit here quiet and be, all happy like Yonnic is.
I'm not all happy. That is not true.
I know.
I was sitting in the back seat. I was putting the timeout chair in the back seat driving back from the game. I was not happy. I was trying to distract myself.
But it's like I'm angry. I'm disappointed. I'm upset at the team. I'm upset at the coaches.
Yeah.
And like that sucks. I still support y'all. I still cheer for SMU, but I think we have to like accept the fact that we kind of suck. And that like
we suck in certain areas. I don't want to say we suck as a whole. I think that we're playing like a mid-tier program would play. Like we're playing like a very middle tier, maybe an upper tier G5
I think we could
or
win
a
the
low
American
tier.
conferences.
Yeah, we would probably still win the American. And so
Yeah.
I don't want to be so far down because you got to think, like I said, 10 years ago we were losing. We weren't making a bowl game in the American, and so we've kind of outgrown our.
100%.
We've moved too fast for our own expectations.
Yeah.
And so
do we have the potential? Yes. But again, like I was talking, and maybe the discipline issue is solved. We saw in the second half. It was great. But Coach Lashley is such a disciplined guy. Like, probably the most disciplined people I've ever been around.
He's very orderly.
Yeah. But, like, how has that not shown itself in the team until the second half of this game? And I'm including last year.
Yeah.
you know? Like,
Yeah.
I'm including the team from last year, and we haven't seen. I don't know if we saw a half without a penalty last year.
No, I don't
Like,
think we did.
Maybe we did, but I don't know.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, so penalties I find often come from top down in terms of like head coach. So I still think, Coach Lashley, I still think is probably a top 3 coach in college football. I think that in terms of, and when I say top 3 coach, I mean somebody that you can take with the pieces that you have, make them outperform what they should perform. Coach Lashley is a top 3. There's very few coaches that can, I think, do what he does with the pieces that he gets. That being said, my concern is it's more specific on like, and this probably comes to position coaches, and I think Simons is a good coordinator. I think he's a solid coordinator. He's definitely top 20. But there needs to be something done in specific areas. Because if you think about it, if you take the secondary and you gave us a middle tier secondary, we would have probably won that game, frankly. Because there was a pivotal moment where Hoover was getting pressured again by Cameron Robertson, who's actually a monster on the defensive line. Like, he's actually playing really, really well. He was pressuring him all night. And Hoover's getting nailed. He just throws a prayer in the air, and then our cornerbacks are just kind of looking around, not sure what to do. And their team runs downfield and fields their own punt, basically. Their own and they just get it. And they get a massive first down on. And that was the pivoting point of the game. That's actually what caused them to go down, score, and then take the lead again. And then it just kind of like broke our spirit.
Right. Yeah, to go up 11, right?
That was to go up 11. But that was one of those things. We were about to get the ball back and everything. I mean, if Cameron got there a millisecond faster, that would have been a sack, like a 10-yard sack. Yeah. And so there is one key area that if you changed it from being one of the worst in the country right now, which I hate saying it to you guys, I hope if you players listen to it, I hope this just fires you up and not, I'm not down on our team as a whole. We're playing like one of the worst secondaries in the country.
Yeah.
And if we just gave ourselves a middle tier secondary, we would have won that game. I absolutely believe that. The problem is that we were actually playing with somewhere in the 120 to 135, 30 range of secondaries.
I don't
maybe
know about
worse.
that. I don't know about that, but it was tough, especially.
I may have to go find that while we're talking, but yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah.
And this is
if we could just pause the game, stop the count with 8 minutes and 50 seconds or so left.
Say the same thing for the Baylor game.
yeah, same thing's true for the Baylor game.
And so it's tough. It's tough.
And Coach talked about it in the press conference about how we're not a team that can finish right now, and our team doesn't have an identity.
Yeah, because this team being so new has never finished.
Yeah,
and he talked about how it's like once you've finished, well, then you can lean on that, and your team will actually start building an identity around it. But we haven't finished, and so we're still striving for something we haven't.
But I can definitely see how the team right now kind of has a crisis of confidence. Like no matter how much Coach talks about how the next game is the most important one, and we're playing for the team, and you can't focus on what's happened in the past. Like I have a fear, and I feel like a lot of the guys on the team are stuck on that. I mean, that's kind of the way they're playing feels like,
Yeah.
It almost feels like we're in front of some hurdle that it feels like we can't get over.
And it's weird because
even though we're capable of jumping over the hurdle, but it feels like we can't.
And I think, there are two things that are different than last season. I do think that mental side is there, of we can't, there's this, it seems like a hurdle in front of us that we haven't been able to cross. But I think there's a physical side too. We asked Coach Lashley about that. And I think there's two portions. Like one, there's that mental roadblock, and two is the physicality. Is we don't have the talent that we necessarily did last year, and so we need to make up on the mental end, and we're dropping the ball there, and so it's tough.
Yeah, it is.
We've got some good comments and that I want to touch on. Juan is talking about his first year at SMU. We went 1-11, so that was 2016.
I remember that year.
And I would rather beat TCU and go 1-11 this year.
Yeah,
but that didn't happen.
Right.
I'm in a differing camp though.
Didn't we? Who said at the beginning of the season that if we don't beat TCU, the season's a failure? I think I said that.
Yeah,
maybe it was you.
Sounds like something I would say.
It was you or Jay. It was one of you guys.
Does it feel like the season's a failure already?
Not if we go to Charlotte again, but
yeah. There's still hope.
Saying.
But yeah.
This is the thing. Okay, then I'm gonna soapbox a little bit for a second. TCU talks about how they don't care about the game, but honestly, I think they care more about the game than we do. And when I say that, I mean this was their chance to show that they weren't about to be passed up by little brother. I'll put that in quotes because they saw our program trajectory was going up. Their program trajectory, they had that 1 year that they made it to the Natty, and then they were then they just kind of started dropping off. Yet we're on the rise. We made the playoffs last year and everything. I think they were worried that this was going to kind of become like little brother's now big brother, and that makes sense. And so I get why they don't want it. For me, it's like we don't need them anymore. We're, as Coach Lashley said, we're the top 3 conference in the country. Frankly, come on, be real. We're in a top 3 conference. And so, in my opinion, our goals should no longer have anything to do with TCU. They shouldn't have before the season. That's why I didn't really make it a big deal for me. I want to make it back to Charlotte. If we can make it back to Charlotte, even if we don't win in Charlotte, if we make it back to Charlotte with the turnover that we had and everything, I think that'd be a huge success of a season.
Yeah, I'm just mentally preparing myself for that to not happen.
We'll have to see.
It's going to be tough right now.
Clemson
we need to see a different team
today.
Clemson's beatable.
Oh, Clemson's absolutely beatable.
And so most everyone else on our schedule is pretty beatable, except for Miami.
Syracuse may not be
beatable.
We'll Syracuse is decent. It'll be a game. If we play 40 minutes of our good football, we'll win.
Yeah,
and same thing would be true for Louisville.
We were talking about earlier how the Syracuse-Clemson game tells us more about Clemson than it does Syracuse.
Yeah.
Which I think I agree with.
Clemson should never be in a game with Clemson. That's just they shouldn't. They don't get the same level of recruits or anything like that. And historically, they are not exactly talent developers, or talent I guess gem finders the way that Lashley is. And so there's no way they should be in that game, yet they win. So
yeah,
Clemson's they're the FSU of this year.
Yeah,
I think that's just
not Alabama like Jay predicted.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
We'll
see how they do in conference play. But let's
let's hit some more comments.
Yeah,
I think George hit us a voice memo. I think I sent that over to you. You want to
let me get that queued up. You start talking about other comments.
Yeah, one thing else he said was, it's okay to have growing pains. We're new. This is our second year in the Power Four. It's got to be okay for us to have some growing pains. So it sucks because the context of this game. That's what George says, but that's okay. We can't expect 11 wins every year. Honestly, in 10 years we can't go from 2 wins to 11 every single year.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
And then George made a good point about TCU setting a student attendance record for an 11 a.m. kick with 95 degrees, which proves that Sonny's the only one who doesn't care about this game.
Oh, he cares.
Yeah.
The fact that he got kicked out last year, I mean, he was active today.
Yeah. But he's a coward.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I was
kind
saying,
of is.
one of the reasons that was quoted is why he doesn't want to do this game anymore is he doesn't feel comfortable at SMU Stadium. And it's okay, first off, what rival coach feels comfortable at their opponent's stadium? Second, don't be a coward, be a man. You made your bed, lie in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was if you didn't want to feel uncomfortable at SMU Stadium, then don't leave SMU for its rival across town.
Yeah.
Leave, and then
go somewhere else.
Yeah. What he did was he felt like he had a better opportunity, which is fine. Coaches leave all the time, but he went to our crosstown rival, and then now he's canceling the rivalry, which has been around for 104 years.
Yeah.
And is way bigger than him, but he thinks his feelings are more important than the history and tradition of college football. Sonny Dykes thinks he is more important than college football. That's what it comes down to. He thinks he's more important than the TCU fans, than the SMU fans, than history. And it makes me upset. But
he's not one for the pageantry.
Here's the thing. TCU's no longer on our schedule in our future. They're no longer a team we're going to play anymore.
Yep.
I don't care about them anymore.
Okay.
I've cared a lot, and I'm going to care a lot during this podcast. But once we stop recording, they are no longer going to take up any space in my mind. Good. The rest of the season does not involve them. How they do, I don't care. Do I want to see Sonny Dykes have his career ruined and never be taken as a serious college football coach ever again? Yes. Do I want TCU to never win a game again? Yes. But that's it. Okay.
That's it.
I don't care about them as long as they suck.
As long as they never win.
As long as they're the worst, I won't care about them.
But no, they will no longer take up space in my brain until they're back on our schedule.
Yeah.
And that's that.
It'd be fun to play them in the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Sure. Whatever. But yeah, that's how I feel. They suck.
I think we as a program.
And I don't even think I'm gonna call them TCU anymore. They're just that school in Fort Worth.
That school in Fort Worth. I like it.
And that's it.
Oh man.
I think we're good.
That's funny.
But yeah. Let's take a pause and say thanks again to our sponsor, Summer's Pet Treats. If you didn't catch us at the beginning, Summer's Pet Treats, they decided to sponsor this show, and we're very thankful for them for doing that. Definitely one positive to this gloomy day.
They're delicious.
Yeah, delicious. We even tried them ourselves.
They cool you off on a hot summer's day.
But yeah, all natural, healthy pet treats for your dog. They're so just normal, natural ingredients that even humans can eat them, and they don't
have.
Jay and I have, and they taste totally fine. Also, a portion of their profits go towards supporting animal shelters, so that's pretty cool too. So, check out Summer's Pet Treats. I think you just summerspetTreats.com.
Yep.
SMU
Mustang 10.
Mustang 10 code for 10% off, and they're owned and operated by an SMU alumni. So one of Yonnic's friends, right?
Yeah, I know the guy. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Good guy.
He's a good guy.
He's a good Christian guy.
Christian guy.
So.
Is his name.
Good Christian guy. So,
all right. Speaking of other Christian guys, let's get George fired up.
Let's see it.
I know y'all just started recording, and I just got home. I've got a lot of thoughts on this game. Just about one about the game itself, two about TCU's just game day atmosphere and how they ran things within their stadium, which I actually think there's some stuff we could learn from. but I'll keep it short.
This is a long.
This really stings. When I was 12 years old, I grew up an Aggie fan, and I watched Justin Tucker's kick sail through the uprights as the clock hit 0. And I watched Texas win the final Lone Star Showdown. This was in 2011, and it would not return for another 13 years. And during that 13 years, it weighed heavy on myself and other A&M fans. I'm sure Yonnic can tell you.
Yeah, it
weighed
wasn't
heavy
good.
That Texas won the last one. So it stings.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no.
My phone turned off. Let's see if we can find the spot. Yeah. Amateur hour. Jeez.
I will say, yeah, so like George, I grew up an A&M fan, so I know what he's talking about. There is a level of frustration in not having control over the final game because people just, fans are toxic. They rub it in and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
Actually,
you know what? If you're afraid about that, as you're a listener to the Mustang Mood and a big SMU fan, just never talk to anyone who went to TCU ever again.
Yeah, I wish I could do that.
And then
it's a lot harder when it's Texas.
Family.
Well, I'm just saying when it's Texas because there's a lot more lot more of them.
Yeah, but I think my comeback is just gonna be, we'll play you again.
Yeah.
You're the ones who canceled it. Yeah. We don't hate history.
I love the rivalries. I love getting really into them, because I still cheer for A&M, and I still, I'll be stoked if they beat Texas. But I mean, when schools walk away from it, like TCU is, if they're gonna try to act like they don't care, I'm like, yeah, if they're gonna be like that, it's like, well, why would I want to play you guys anyway? Y'all aren't the same. They're not the same school that they used to be, where we were playing like true college football the way that it was like intended to be. Like their programs moved away from that, just by nature of Sonny Dykes.
Yeah.
So
Absolute
why do we want to
garbage.
be a part of it anyway? It's fine. Take
right.
your ball, go home.
Yeah. All right. Let's
let George finish.
Let's finish George's 30-minute voice memo. Okay.
It weighed heavy that Texas won the last one. So it stings. It kind of dawned on me in the fourth quarter. I'm like, this is it. This is for, if we don't win this, we're going to have this hanging over us for a decade, if not longer. And we lost. One of the worst parts is that was probably our best played game of the season thus far. Kevin was good enough today to beat TCU.
There were
his
50
2 picks
really
late.
good
I
minutes.
mean, that was kind of desperation time anyway, so I'll give him a little bit of a pass. But
yeah, I totally agree.
The first
God,
pick,
our defense is so bad.
Desperate.
Yeah.
The secondary is so bad.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm sure
Carson.
y'all get into that, or maybe already
George.
have, but they're just, I don't know what happened. But my final thought is this. I'm sure Sonny is loving this. He just beat the team that hates him so much.
Yeah.
The team that he backstabbed when he left to go coach TCU. And I'm sure that skillet's going to look nice and shiny on the wall in their football complex.
Did look pretty rusty today.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that makes me feel a little better, the one thing that lets me sleep at night tonight, is that Sonny knows that he's a coward. Every time he looks at that skillet, he's going to think about how he canceled that rivalry.
So I don't have
It's
to
like
put it on
beating
the
someone
line.
in chess, and then instead of rematching them, he just took the chessboard with him.
And you go home.
It's going to bother him. I know it bothers him. I have to believe it bothers him.
Oh, everyone knows
That
internally what they
He
are.
knows it's all his fault, and that makes that iron skillet mean so much less for them. So yeah, that's my one solace in this whole thing. But yeah, this sucks. Go Mustangs. See ya.
Whoa,
See how he didn't say pony up there?
dang.
Yeah,
George, I didn't know you
gotta say
were
It's been
on
Tony.
taken over by the hive mind.
So I said earlier that we were probably in the 120 to 130 range for us for pass defense. I was wrong. It was worse.
Oh,
We are the second, before this game, we were the second worst pass defense in the country.
I
who are
believe
we
it.
better than?
Akron.
Oh, yikes.
The only one, technically Charlotte was worse than us, but they played one more game than us. So I can't count them. But of teams that have played 3 games leading into, this is leading into the game, by the way. And these numbers, it's going to be worse after this one because we let so many yards up. It will make it even worse. But leading into the game beforehand, We were the second worst in the country for passing defense in terms of yards allowed.
That's
so
tough.
when we say, I mean, this is what I'm saying. If we had a mid-tier, let's just say we had the 70th best pass defense, we would 100% have won that game.
Yeah.
So
I think
that's why I feel more encouraged, is because there's a lot of areas we improved drastically on, like our defensive line, like our offense, actually, for a lot of the game, like you said. But we have to figure, I mean, something has to happen. Something has to change. I mean, maybe we need to bench our starters, and maybe Ben is right. Ben was texting me. Maybe we need to put the freshmen in. I don't know. Maybe we do, actually.
Put the freshman DBs in.
We got
Just
freshman
something.
DBs.
Just try something.
Because it can't
Please.
be worse than second worst in the country. It can't actually. Well, technically, it could be
could be
worse, but
be the worst.
there's not much further to fall. So there's not a lot to lose there.
It can't get much worse. That is true.
Yeah, not much.
Let's see. So another thing. Rangers King 669 says, releasing a movie, patting ourselves on the back in the middle of the season for last year's results was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, when else are you going to release it?
During the summer. Week 1, week 0.
Yeah, they could have released it before the season. But it also, anyways,
Yeah.
I agree. I've been thinking this since the Baylor game of like, oh no, this thing's coming out, and it is just very bad timing.
I think it's worse because we didn't win the ACC. That's the part that, like, because, okay, don't get me wrong. We've improved the program a lot, but we're not what we were in the 80s.
ESPN spent all that time, videoing us all last season, so they had to make something out of it.
I'm just saying, what we were in the 80s was national champions.
Yeah.
What we are now was we made it to the ACC championship game, but we didn't win. Those are not same. So it's weird to make a video of a movie on it.
And
it's kind of
someone
cool,
mentioned this in the comments as well, is of our last 6 games, we lost 4 of them.
Yeah. No, that's true, because it was
the only
Clemson,
of the last
Penn, and then
we've lost to
Baylor,
all the power
TCU.
teams.
The last 4 power. Well, the last 4 power 4 teams we played,
we've lost.
We've lost to.
I'll tell you what, the Mustangs aren't going to lose next weekend.
And the only time we've had a Big 12 win with Rhett
one
is
Big 12.
one Big 12 win, and it was at home against TCU last year.
Yep.
Guys.
Yeah.
It does kind of suck. It does kind of suck because we always say that we're in a better conference than the Big 12, but we can't beat the Big 12. We can't. SMU can't.
Yeah, we are in a
the
better
other
conference.
teams.
That's the problem. But we have this mental barrier for, just generally speaking, a lot of the teams. It's not even a mental barrier. It's just it is actually it is a mental barrier. But
yeah,
I mean, but Coach Lashley said, it's these things take time to build, and so
for sure.
If we're gonna be a perennial, I mean, you got to still think our best recruiting class of all time was last year. Since they've started tracking it since the death penalty, etc. Our best recruiting class of all time now is this upcoming year.
Yeah,
and so it's every year our recruiting class is the best of all time right now, and we've dropped some games we really shouldn't have early. One of them we really shouldn't have. They're both very winnable games. But we still have a lot of potential this year. And so I'm not giving up hope yet. I don't think it's time to panic and give up hope, because we've seen some improvement, but there's one clear area that we need to improve, and then we'll suddenly win games.
Yeah.
Like, you change one thing, we will win games. It's that simple.
And George made a good point. We are looking at a very small scale. Big picture, like, we have come a long way. So program level, man, we're on the rise, and it's exciting.
We're still on the rocket ship.
At a very micro level, this sucks more than is comprehensible. Anyway, so
I think it mostly sucks on the personal level, just because a lot of the fans like us, we've seen the dog years.
It just hurts. We're
hurts. Always losing,
and
we've won 3 of the last 6.
I don't think we're always going to lose. I think we're going to go into ACC play and be a very respectable team.
Oh yeah,
I sure hope so.
I mean, just think. I mean, we're 3 of the last 6 Iron Skillets. We've won 3 of the last 6. I mean, so like clearly something's changed over the last 5 years.
3 of the last 8, but yeah.
Yeah, sure.
3 of the last. You can go back to 2014, I think.
Well, that's the point, though, is that as time's gone, we went from not winning any because we were a poverty program to things change, and now we're winning more. And so, we didn't win this one. It's tough.
Yeah.
But our program future is bright, And I think that there's future
sure.
ACC championships I think there's ACC championships in our near future. We're
can
talking in the next couple of years. We'll probably, I think we'll probably
2030.
Yeah, we'll probably have an ACC championship
before we play TCU again.
Yeah, we'll have an ACC championship before we play TCU again. I feel very firmly on that. So there's a lot to look forward to. And honestly, an ACC championship, that's in terms of program, like that's what we need more than TCU.
Yeah,
if we want to take our program to the next level, that's what we need. We need a conference championship in the ACC.
Yeah. We keep talking about it, but I think Rhett said it really well. So you want to cue up Rhett's.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because what should our goals be, right? Well, so I asked Coach Lashley right before the press conference was ending. I was, obviously this meant a ton to TCU. They were making a huge deal about this game being won, so they acted like they didn't care beforehand. That clearly wasn't true. So I asked him, I was like, hey, so do you want to play the Iron Skillet game again? And just kind of getting his thoughts on like the future of SMU. So let's play what he said, because I think it was really good. And our athletic director, Damon Evans was right behind us, and he was
that's an effing good answer.
Yeah, so
he was psyched.
why don't you guys enjoy it as well, because I was really enjoying it. He was boring his eyes into me. I was like, yeah, this is right. Let's do this. Made me fired
for them to win this game after what we did to them last year. I mean, they were motivated. We put 66 on them, but we didn't beat them today. They did, and I think now, what is that? We're 3-3 in the last 6 times we played. They're the ones who chose not to play. And look, when you lose, you really can't say anything. But I think they know what we're building. I think they know what's coming. I think everybody else does. And this stinks. I hate losing. I hate losing to them. I hate losing to anybody. I hate it for our players. I hate it for our fans, our administration, our donors, everybody. They all care. They're all invested in this. And we represent them. And I hate it when we don't come through for them. But I know one thing. I get to go live in Dallas. I'm freaking excited about that. And what we're building is we're building for the long haul, and it's funny, you go 2-2 to start a season and people forget that you won 22 games in the last 2 years, or that you've not lost a conference game in almost 3 years in the regular season.
Wild.
Like, we've done a lot to get to where we are. We just aren't there yet. And the process, I've said a lot, it's not straight linear. There's going to be some ups and downs on the climb, but make no mistake, we're still climbing.
Yep.
And so people can stay on board and they can be a part of it, or they cannot, and they can watch us when we're up there. But we got a lot of work to do. They won. They earned it. They didn't want to play us no matter what, whether they would have won or lost. So I don't know. You'll have to ask them. We aren't the ones who stopped playing the game. We're going to go play the teams on our schedule. We're in the ACC, one of the best 3 leagues in America. We're going to go to Notre Dame next year. Then we're going to have OU coming to town. We're going to go home and home with LSU. And we're going to keep building a program that plays on that stage. And we're not going to worry what happens 40 miles west of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amen.
One thing I really like about Coach Lashley is that, before, I don't think Coach Lashley was an SMU alum, right? Because he didn't go to SMU.
Right.
But Coach Lashley understands what's important to the fans, and he understands what's important to the staff. He understands what's important to the school, and he takes that on as that's now important to him. Yeah. And he buys all the way in. And so it's kind of like how a dad looks at his kid, and if the dinosaur toy is important to his kid, it's important to the dad, because the dad wants him to, you want your kid to be happy. And so that's kind of how Rhett has been treating this, and I love him for it. I know that he cares. Honestly, he probably cares. He cares more than I do, more than any of us do probably, for this, because it's his life. So I don't know. I'm really excited for what the future brings. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too. I'm not down on the season. Obviously, this is disappointing. This is going to be hard to, in like a different way, to move on from. But I think I'm confident we will. Right? Like this, it's football, and so we'll move on. But it's still tough. And so. But anyway, we got Syracuse next week. 2 weeks. We got a bye week
next week.
We will not lose next week.
Yep.
But then we'll see. Syracuse, obviously a good team. So anyway, we'll stop rambling about this. Thanks for coming to listen to us.
And I think take the day to mourn if you have to.
Yep.
But ultimately, it's a new season. That's the way I'm looking at it. Is
sure.
After we get a bye week. And then it's a brand new season. We start conference play.
And our goals are conference championships.
Yeah. So it's
that's
just
our goal right now.
it's okay to mourn, but you also have to move on.
And if I can leave you with one thing, it's that if we win the rest of our games, we'll be national champions, baby. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And actually, one more thing. Pony up.
Pony
up.
up. Check out the mustangmood.com.
Oh, yep.
One more thing.
And Summer's Pet Treats.
Summer's Pet Treats, themustangmood.com. Like, comment, subscribe. Instagram. If you want to be featured on the next pod, leave us a voice memo.
Yep.
So
Awesome stuff.
Appreciate y'all. Pony up.
Pony up.